Blessed Ostara. Welcome to the tarot reading horoscopes for Ostara 2024. Ostara, of course, is the spring equinox or the vernal equinox, and as I described in the Deviled Eggs video, it is a time for celebrating that the light and warmth of the sun has returned to us, and now is the time to start the hard and heavy work in order to bring about a prosperous harvest later in the year. If you have not already started the first steps toward your big goals for the year, now is the time to start doing that. As with all of my tarot reading videos, I urge you first and foremost to take what resonates, regardless of which of the Western zodiac signs the reading is intended for, and regardless of the timing I intend these readings to cover. If one of the readings feels like it speaks most directly to your personal circumstance, that is the one intended for you at the time you find it. All other factors may fall away. That said, these will cover the 12 traditional Western zodiac signs, and as today is the 19th of March, we are just toward the end of Pisces season, so we will start with Pisces and end with Aquarius for this video. We will also follow the same format that I've used throughout all of these tarot videos, where we will read 3 cards from a Waite-Smith style deck, in this case the original deck I started learning tarot with, and 1 card from an oracle style deck, and this is the Creativity Oracle, which was created by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber. My pillow keeps falling over back here. So without any further ado, let's shuffle these cards and start with our Pisces reading. There's 2, and 3 and 4, it looks like. Lots of pentacles. Lots of pentacles. We have 2 Pisces. You have pulled the inverted 8 of Pentacles in the bottom section of the deck, the inverted 5 of Pentacles, the inverted Empress, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Your oracle cards, I'll show you the art while I read the information on the back. Your first one, Intuition. Allow the limitless power of your unconscious mind to answer your problem with symbols, memories, and hunches. Second, Beliefs. We all have certain beliefs that help us or can trap us and keep us from moving toward creative solutions. Pisces, I think very much your main focus right now is to do with your career, your finances, and your physical material security, whatever that may mean for you. The inverted 8 of Pentacles is a lack of motivation and a lack of ambition. You're hesitant to keep pushing forward. The inverted 5 of Pentacles is recovery, but it can also be isolation. The inverted Empress is an emptiness and a dependence. The 4 of Pentacles is frugality, and the Queen of Pentacles represents practicality. You are in a situation right now where you are very unsure of your financial situation and how to push forward. You have a lot of things going on right now, most of which are demanding of your finances and your income, and you're unsure whether or not you can afford to do all of these things. And I think perhaps somewhere you feel a bit of an urgency to be able to afford all of these things, even if it might put you into debt. And I'm telling you now, I think the answer is that you don't need to go into debt. Not right now. Some of the things that feel urgent are perhaps urgent because you have placed a sense of urgency on them, not because they are actually the most important thing for right now. I think what you may need to do is sit down and, as the Queen of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles suggest, as practically as possible, put your expenses that are coming forward, whether it's things that have to be paid or things that you want to pay for, in a priority list, and make sure that whatever you will be spending on does not exceed that disposable. It is also tax season, and you need to focus on making sure that you've got the money you need for your survival before you spend any money on anything else. The time for spending on the things that you want, that are still important to you but aren't necessary, aren't truly necessary, and be honest with yourself about this, can wait. And the 5 of Pentacles is isolation, but it is also recovery. And I think, as stressed as you are about your finances right now, you perhaps need to work and be patient for just a little longer before something else falls into place to make all of this easier. The intuition and beliefs card from the Creativity Oracle fall into this, and that you will know in your head and your heart what needs attention first, what it is you most need to designate that money is for right now. And as tired as you might be right now, the work you're doing is not in vain. Keep working and be careful how you spend not just money, but your time, your energy. I have a very good feeling things will turn around and ease up for you very soon. Just make sure you are being as practical as you can. Follow your intuition when it speaks. And make sure that your mental state regarding money and finances is helping rather than holding you back. Aries, you have pulled the King of Wands as the bottom card, the Three of Cups, the Inverted Tower, the Three of Pentacles, and your oracle is delay. Confront the natural tendency to delay the finishing of a creative endeavor. Aries, the Inverted Tower is where I'm going to start here because it indicates that you have foreseen some sort of disaster, may be too strong of a word, but something going seriously wrong. And you've been doing everything in your power to try to avoid it. And in doing so, I think perhaps you've been wearing yourself thinner than you need to. Whatever this disaster, upheaval, sudden significant change, and perhaps blow to your ego is, it needs to happen. And trying to delay the inevitable does nothing but cause yourself twice the stress. That said, you have a lot you can lean on in navigating the approach of this upheaval and the cleanup afterward. The King of Wands is a card of seeing the big picture. It's a card of leadership. The Three of Cups is friendship, reunion, happiness. The Three of Pentacles is teamwork and collaboration. You have an incredible group of people surrounding you on whom you can lean and to whom you can turn to help you through this situation. They're right there, ready to help. You need only ask. And it is with these people at your side that you are meant to navigate this. You don't have to face it alone. They are going to take their cues from you. I think you, especially since the King of Wands is a card associated with fire and with the spirit, I do believe you are meant to find your capacity to lead through this situation, not only by finding the courage to ask others to help, but by keeping your eye on the big picture. This is not the end. There will be something beyond this change, this disaster, to pick up and move forward with. If nothing else, it will be these people still standing at your side, wanting to help you and see you through. Find those people in your life, Aries. Keep them close. Talk with them and continue forward. Stop trying to delay the inevitable and just keep pushing forward the best you can. If things go wrong, however dire they may feel, you can pick up the pieces and push forward again. You can find your own strength in this downfall, and you will be better for having survived and learned from it and moved forward again. Taurus, your reading is the Seven of Wands as the bottom card, the Seven of Cups, the Inverted Magician, the Ace of Wands, the Inverted Hierophant, and your oracle, nature. Go out in nature as much as you can, for its pure creativity can teach you everything you need to know. Taurus, you are overwhelmed and your confidence is dwindling, and you are perhaps even in a situation where you're willing to give up. This is what the Seven of Wands says very clearly. Part of the issue is that you have a lot of choices in front of you, and some of them are not necessarily what they seem at first, and you're not sure how to proceed and how to know which ones are right for you. The Ace of Wands, though, does tell me that there is a new spark of inspiration and perhaps a spark of innovation. There's some sort of new creative beginning and creative endeavor, something new that your spirit has latched onto or will latch onto very soon that you're meant to pursue. And the Inverted Hierophant is also a card of new beginnings, but also of going a little bit against the grain, taking a new approach rather than following tradition, breaking the mold, as it were. And the Nature card, I believe, ties in, especially with the Ace of Wands, of how you're meant to find your way forward, the inspiration you're meant to find here and run with. Do not let the infinite choices and ways that you can proceed overwhelm you. There is no rush, not really. Take some time Taurus to go out into nature, a nearby park, whatever sort of landscape you find most invigorating or calming, perhaps both. Go camping, go hiking, go do whatever it is you need to do out in nature to feel like yourself again. And while you're there, be open to that new inspiration, that answer. And when you find it, move forward with it. Don't let yourself sit there and hem and haw about whether or not it's the right decision or the right direction. Don't let yourself regret the choices you didn't take. Know that once you have that inspiration, it is yours, it is meant for you. Chase it, follow it. And even if it means you need to do things that are other than traditional to reach your goal, have some fun pursuing that new goal. Gemini, your spread is as follows. The 10 of Pentacles as the bottom card, the inverted 4 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, and your creative oracle says seed. Having the intention to grow like a seed and bloom is at the heart of creativity. You are mostly doing well, it would seem. The 10 of Pentacles being the bottom card tells me that right now you are in a time of prosperity and security, and things are, at least from a material security and a financial standpoint, you're doing really well right now, Gemini. This is a card of culmination, of legacy, of having reached whatever goal you had in front of you. It also, because it is the last card of its suit, it's a reminder that now that this journey has ended, you should think about what's next. As you do, keep these things in mind. The inverted 4 of Wands represents a lack of communication or some sort of conflict, particularly in your home life, and perhaps an instability connected with that. There's someone with whom you are not communicating or who is not communicating with you, or perhaps 2 other individuals within your home who aren't communicating with each other, and you might be caught in the middle. This needs to be addressed. The 2 of Pentacles is a card of balance and priority. Try to make sure you keep your priorities in balance as you consider what's next and celebrate this culmination, this achievement, and navigate this situation, this communication breakdown. The 6 of Wands, though, furthers the 10 of Pentacles, that this is a time for victory. It's a time of celebration. You have achieved something that you worked toward, and that is a wonderful thing. And regardless of what might be going on with this, your main focus should be pride in yourself for having achieved what you did, and excitedly looking toward the future of what's next. Following that thought of what's next, the oracle, the seed, having intention of growth is at the heart of creativity, but also it's that further reminder that having achieved one thing, it's now time to start looking toward the next thing you want to work toward and start planting the seeds, so to speak, to reach your next goal. Cancer, you have pulled the inverted Ace of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the inverted 7 of Swords. Your oracle, it will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism to get to a place of confidence. Passion is the key word. Cancer, I think you might also be dealing with some financial or career issues, but you have the strength and presence of mind to see it through, I think. The inverted Ace of Pentacles is a lost opportunity or missed chance of some kind. Either this has already passed and you're dealing with the ramifications of it, or you are on the cusp of missing some sort of good opportunity, and this is your warning that you should perhaps consider taking it while it's still available to you. The 5 of Pentacles is need, poverty, and insecurity. King of Swords is intellect, power, and honor. And inverted 7 of Swords is turning over a new leaf. Some sort of desire for change, for reform. I think whatever situation you might currently be in, Cancer, is stunting your growth in some way. You have, as I said, the power and strength of mind, the intellect and other strengths and skills to do very, very well in life with what it is you want to do. But right now you are in a position that does not allow for that creativity and that passion to flourish. And you either have missed an opportunity recently that would have allowed you to branch out and start growing again, or you are urged to keep an eye out for the opportunity for you before it passes. Because I think that your current situation is only going to continue affecting you in the ways that this Five of Pentacles indicates. And it's very clear that you need something to change. Be confident in your intellect and the power of your mind, in your honor, and be confident in your passion, because that passion in turn will continue to boost your confidence, and that will allow you to better find the opening, the opportunity, that one door that you need to get to a better place, whatever that may entail, which in turn will allow you to really start flourishing again. Leo, you have drawn the inverted Tower, the inverted Hanged Man, the Chariot, and the Empress. Your oracle is perfectionism. Be content to know perfection as a distant utopian goal to which we journey but never arrive. Perfection is anathema to human existence, as is the concept of utopia. I like to say that utopia is just a dystopia with better PR. Utopia can't ever exist as long as humanity remains human. You cannot truly ever achieve perfection. It's not in our nature. Nature isn't perfect. Our eyes are two different sizes. Our legs are two different lengths. Everything organic must be imperfect. Following from that, anything you create will not ever be perfect, but it can be as good as possible. It can be good enough. There's an old Irish adage that if you ever make something perfect, you leave a part of your soul inside of it. So it is better that everything you make be slightly imperfect, even just the tiniest amount, so that your soul remains intact and can never be taken from you. That said, the inverted Tower, your main card, you've been avoiding a downfall, a disaster, an upheaval. You've been avoiding something falling apart to no avail, because it still must fall apart. Whatever it is, painful as it may be, because there's a lesson you need to learn through this upheaval, through this disaster. There's a lesson you need to learn. It's not the end-all be-all though. It's not the complete end of the road. Your life isn't going to be over just because this finally falls apart. The inverted Hanged Man does indicate a needless sacrifice, or a fear of sacrifice. Either you are taking too much responsibility onto yourself and feeling like your input is more pivotal in this thing falling apart than it truly is, perhaps even making a show of martyrdom essentially in this scenario for the sake of whatever attention will come with that. But I suspect that the fear of sacrifice, the fear of what may be lost or will be lost when this falls apart, is what's weighing on you more heavily. You do have two positive notes here. These are things that are meant to help you. The Chariot is a card of direction, control, and determination, and the Empress is motherhood, fertility, and nature. First, again, going along with what I was saying with the perfectionism card, understand that it is not in your nature to be perfect, and thus things will go wrong, things will fall apart, you will make mistakes, and you will be called out on them sometimes by other people who have even less patience for mistakes than you may currently have. At the same time, turning to nature for some solace as you navigate the aftermath of this should help you. Turning as well to a motherly figure, someone very caring and nurturing, will help you. You also need to keep true and direct to whatever goal you've been working toward. Maintain control of that which you can control, and stay determined to reach your goal in spite of the obstacles and the mistakes. Do not let this cause you to give up. You're better than that. The Empress is also a card of fertility. There is so much more potential for this goal and for your life beyond this disaster. Learn from it. Grow from it. Let go of a need to be perfect for a little while. Let go of some need to have attention. Focus instead on your determination and on pressing forward in spite of the mistakes. Virgo, you have drawn the Six of Wands as the bottom card, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the inverted King of Wands. Your oracle, obstacles. Do not dwell on how you are going to surmount obstacles that are presently in your way. So yes, don't let these obstacles overwhelm you. You will get through them one way or another. Keep going and working to finding that solution. Don't dwell on it, just do it. The Six of Wands is a card of victory and celebration. Something wonderful has been achieved, and there is every reason to celebrate that. There is mostly every reason to celebrate that anyway. The Five of Swords does indicate that perhaps there was some sort of cost to this victory that you've not addressed. Something that fell apart, something that was lost. Greater collateral than you've acknowledged. And it is time to acknowledge that and come to terms with that and learn from that. Not to judge yourself for it, but be honest about it. The Ace of Cups is a card of new love, of overflowing feeling, and of creativity. The inverted King of Wands is impulsive, overbearing, and unachievable expectation. There's a bit of, I guess, give and take here. There are positives in the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Good new things being achieved and right in front of you. There are caveats to these things. Needing to win at all cost, or engaging in deceit and sneakiness, being overly impulsive, or setting the bar too high for yourself. This may perhaps be why these obstacles are overwhelming you. You're setting some sort of standard so high for yourself or for someone else that it can't possibly be achieved unless you go out of your way to do things you otherwise wouldn't be okay with for the sake of achieving these things. And I think you need to come to terms with yourself and really think about, is the goal, the achievement, the victory worth it if you've had to be underhanded or harmful to get there? Really think about it, especially with this Ace of Cups. You've got something new beginning or on the way right now. You need to come to terms with whether you're okay with some of the less honest things you may have done to reach some of your goals before you proceed down this new path with the Ace of Cups. Because if you're not okay with the things you've done in the past, then you need to set a standard for yourself not to do those things again with this. And if you are okay with it, then you simply need to be prepared to deal with any consequences of those actions. Libra, you have drawn Death as the bottom card, the inverted Wheel of Fortune, the inverted Five of Pentacles, the inverted Two of Pentacles, and your creative oracle is Truth. An honest desire to know and speak the truth produces beneficial results. There is a significant change that needs to occur and will occur for you. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it will be significant, and it will take some adjustment that you should be prepared for. The inverted Wheel of Fortune can signify just bad luck, but more so it can represent a potential loss of control or clinging too hard to control of things that you don't really have the power to. The inverted Five of Pentacles can either be recovery or isolation. It could be both. The inverted Two of Pentacles is a loss of balance, a disorganization, or generally feeling overwhelmed. I think this change is going to hit harder than you may be able to anticipate, even with listening to my reading now and knowing that it is coming. So I think first you need to hold on to honesty and continue to be truthful and speak truthfully, honestly. Act truthfully and honestly as you navigate all of this. Second, remember that there are things beyond our control, and you are not meant to control all of the things that make a difference in your life. Don't cause yourself more stress by clinging to any sort of control of anything that falls away. And similarly, the inverted Wheel of Fortune and the inverted Two of Pentacles basically go hand in hand here. Do not cause yourself more stress or pain than you need to experience by trying to cling to the things that are meant to fall away, by clinging to the status quo that is meant to change. It's not always fun. Sometimes it hurts when things have to change, but remember that these things change ultimately for the better. And being able to adapt to these things and learn and grow makes us stronger and wiser in the long run, and better able to navigate other changes and obstacles further on in our lives. Don't resist whatever change this is. If you get a little overwhelmed at times, or you feel like you're spinning out of control, just stop and take a moment to take a breath and reestablish your perspective on everything. Just try to maintain balance and focus on recovering from whatever this change is as best as you can until the way forward is more clear. Scorpio, you have drawn the Knight of Pentacles as the bottom card, the Three of Swords, the Inverted Hermit, and the Five of Pentacles. Your oracle is collaboration. Creative people can be inspired by sharing and stimulating creativity in others. The Knight of Pentacles as your bottom card represents dedication, hard work, and routine. And there is a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work in you right now, Scorpio, to reach whatever goal you have in mind at this time. However, the Three of Swords indicates grief or heartbreak of some kind, even despair. And the Inverted Hermit is an isolation and a loneliness. It's not the sort of loneliness or isolation that is healthy, where you're taking time for introspection and to come to terms with yourself on something. It's the kind where you're intentionally or otherwise cutting yourself off from your support network, essentially. You're allowing yourself to become too isolated and perhaps drifting away from friends and family. The Five of Pentacles is need. It is poverty. It is insecurity. This combination of cards, particularly with the collaboration oracle, tells me that whatever hardship you're going through and whatever goal you're working toward, you cannot and should not try to do it alone. You, like one of the other signs earlier in the video that had an inverted tower, are meant to turn back to those around you for help, for consolation, just for company, if nothing else. You can talk to other people about what you're dealing with, even if whoever you turn to for comfort isn't of this world anymore. You should not keep it all inside. You should not keep it all so private. You can't keep bottling it up, because eventually the pressure of everything building inside will be too much and you will burst. Lean on those whom you most trust and who care for you most. Whatever heartbreak you're dealing with, whatever despair, it will be more easily navigable with others to help you. You have the determination, the dedication, the work ethic to reach your goals. What you need now is a bit of emotional support. That's all. And perhaps someone to work with you to achieve these goals. While I have no doubt you could reach it alone, you're not meant to. Sagittarius, you have pulled the inverted Queen of Swords, the inverted Six of Swords, the inverted Page of Swords, the inverted Nine of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Your oracle is courage. Have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and face them constructively. Know that whatever you're dealing with, there is a lesson to be learned, and there is growth to experience. There is a way for you to be better for this. The inverted Queen of Swords, your bottom card, represents bitterness and a cold heart. The inverted Six of Swords, emotional baggage, unresolved issues, or resistance to transition. And the inverted Page of Swords is hastiness or all talk. You are reeling mentally from something going on right now, Sagittarius. I think you're feeling bitter and cold about it because you're overwhelmed, and all of the emotions you're feeling are starting to affect your soundness of mind and your logic. Nine of Wands, along with this, is exhaustion, fatigue, burnout. You are exhausted, and that understandably is also affecting your mind. The Page of Pentacles and the Courage card are both your light here. Page of Pentacles is dreams, enthusiasm, and new opportunity. In spite of what you're dealing with, there is a new opportunity coming to you that may not make things easier, but that you are meant to take. And in taking it, it may help alleviate some of what you're dealing with. It may mean that you are transitioning from one part of your life to the next. You may have to leave behind an old version of yourself to take this opportunity, but I think it will be worth it. I think for now, until this opportunity presents itself and you're sure what it is, you need to take some time to rest and to take stock of that which you've already been through. Learn all the lessons that are left to learn without passing any sort of judgment on yourself or anyone else. Merely take as much of the constructive criticism and signs as you can so that you can grow, and let yourself rest before you do anything else, because you are so tired. You need time to rest because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Rest and look within and build your courage for this new opportunity. And when it shows itself, take it. Capricorn, you have drawn Temperance in reverse, the Hanged Man, the inverted Knight of Wands, and the inverted Emperor. Your oracle is New Start. Sometimes we must realize that what we have done must be discarded so we may start anew. The whole reading very much comes down to one very clear message. In some way, Capricorn needs to reset. Inverted Temperance is a lack of balance and an excess in some way. The Hanged Man is release, sacrifice, martyrdom. The inverted Knight of Wands is an impulsiveness, anger, and recklessness, and the inverted Emperor is coldness and rigidity. I think Capricorn has fallen a little too far into the stubborn streak, and you need to pull back. This refresh and this restart is going to feel like you are regressing and like you are undoing progress, and it's gonna suck and it's not gonna be fun. But what's better? To scrap a project that's not going anywhere because you've gotten to a point where you're just beating your head against a wall and may never make progress again for the sake of starting something new, or to keep beating your head against the wall and never make progress ever again. Sometimes we have to take a loss in order to find a new win. And in some aspect of your life, Capricorn, that's what's necessary right now. Something that you may have put a lot into working toward may need to be let go of in order for something more important to be achieved. And it could be, it might not be something as drastic as giving up on a goal. It could be that the nuances of that goal need to change, if that makes sense. The way in which you reach the goal you have in mind may be what needs to be reassessed. If you're trying to make it in the music business, your first thought might be, well, let me go audition for one of these shows where I could potentially win a contract. That's fine, but that might not be the right answer, or now might not be the right time. If you keep going to all of these auditions and getting nowhere, consider doing something on your own instead. Start a social media account and start putting yourself out there online, doing your music. That's one analogy, but I hope you get the point. Having to walk away from something you've put a lot of energy and time into is never easy, and it can be painful, especially for signs so ambitious and stubborn as the Capricorn. But again, sometimes walking away from one path is the only way we find a better one. Aquarius, last but not least, has pulled the Hanged Man, the inverted Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Your oracle is Flash. A creative flash of inspiration will come to you and quickly give you the right solution. Aquarius is also in a time of needing to release something and move on from something. The Hanged Man, like indicated in Capricorn, is a card of sacrifice, of release, of martyrdom. Something I didn't state for Capricorn but should have. It can also be a card that signifies needing a new perspective on things. The release and the thing being let go of could simply be your previous perspective on a situation. The inverted Page of Pentacles represents daydreaming or laziness. The Four of Cups is apathy and a disconnectedness, dissociation, essentially. And the Six of Swords is transition, moving on, leaving behind. I think, like with Capricorn, Aquarius needs to reevaluate something that isn't working. And as I said, it could be a perspective or a mindset. It could be a goal you're trying to reach. It could be the method you're trying to use to reach that goal. It could be a relationship. Whatever it is holding you back and no longer serves you and your best potential. So you, like Capricorn, you either need to reevaluate or you need to let go of something and feel like you're moving backward before you can move forward again. And there we have our 12 readings for the Western Zodiac signs for the season of Ostara. I hope you have found the guidance you need herein, and even if it doesn't make sense quite yet, I hope the knowledge and the advice comes to you at the time you most need it. I wish you all the sincerest blessings of fertility and light and progress and potential for the new spring, and I'll see you all again for more readings at Vialtana. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, you know where all of the buttons and the links are to show me that love. I'd like to remind you at this time that if you'd like a more personal reading to your own situation, I do offer tarot and oracle readings of various kinds through my website. You can visit my website through the Linktree portal below, click on the readings section at the top, and book from there. If you would like to see more content like this specific video, I have my tarot reading playlist linked in the cards and in the doobly-doo. You may also find in the cards my DIY playlist, which most recently has a few new recipe videos for the Sabbats, including this year's Ostara recipe of deviled eggs. They came out fantastically, if I do say so myself. It's one of my favorite recipes that I've had the privilege of trying and making and discovering that I love it. So I'd love if you gave that a watch and give the recipe a go yourself and let me know what you think. As always, I'd like to give a special, huge, thankful shout out to my Coven of Patrons, especially Crystal member Unimportant and Candle member Mitchell, for continuing to be my biggest, longest supporters. And if you, dear viewer, would like to join their ranks, you can find the portal to Patreon in the link tree below, where pledges start at $1 a month. Thanks again. Stay tuned for more gaming VODs, as well as a vlog from Louisiana Comic-Con, and again, hopefully very soon, some costume content. And I will see you all again very soon. Keep aiming, my loves, and blessed Ostara.